are all set and ready to rock. What's going on, everybody? Hold on. It's just me. Just figured that out. Now you're going to see the two of them. I was like, I look like I'm taking up too much space right now. All right. There we go. Now we're good. And let's just make sure we're all set. Ready to crush it here. If you guys are on live with us, comment in and join in on the party.
Yeah.
We got some good stuff. All right. Yes. Looks like we are live and all set and good to go. What's up, everybody? I am Kate McShay here, your VP of Marketing at attractionmarketing.com and attractionmarketing.com and Elite Marketing Pro. And I'm super excited to be here today because I am basically your host who's going to introduce you guys into your second pre-training of our influencer enrollment method. Okay. So yesterday we talked, or Carrie and Whit talked all about the importance of growing your audience and how your audience isn't growing. If it's not, then your business definitely isn't. So they're going to talk about the second most critical thing that you need after growing your audience, because you can grow your audience all you want, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're growing your business. Okay. Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop off here. Carrie and Whit are going to take over and go through this training. Make sure you're joining in on the conversation. Make sure you're interacting. If you're watching this on the replay, make sure that you let us know, because I know they've got some really, really important stuff to share with you today. So without further ado, I am going to pop off here. And Carrie and Whit, take it away. All right. See you in a little bit, guys.
Sweet.
Okay, awesome. So like Kate said, yesterday we talked all about growing an audience and how really it's one of the most important things you can be doing. And if you aren't growing your audience effectively, all the rest of the stuff that we're going to talk about in this series really doesn't matter. Whoops.
Really important
Sorry, what's going on here? So like that. So
can you guys still hear us okay?
Can you guys still hear us okay? Let us know if you can still hear us.
Can still hear us.
Yeah, but anyway, anyone who's joining in on the conversation, let us know.
Hold on, we got to make sure.
Say hello. That way we can give you a shout out as we go. All right, so let's see here.
There we go.
Okay, I think we're good now. Okay,
you're good.
Awesome,
okay.
We're good. Okay,
Sweet.
So sorry about that little technical glitch. But so if you aren't growing your audience effectively, you are not going, like the rest of the stuff that we're talking about doesn't really matter. So if you have not watched day one, make sure you go back and watch it after today so that you know exactly what you need to be doing to grow that laser targeted audience of people that are already interested in what you've got. Okay, but today we're actually talking about day 2, which is engaging with your audience to build know, like, and trust.
Yep.
So yesterday when we were talking about growing the audience, we were talking about, building influence and how if you don't have influence, really, it's hard to promote, right? It's hard to get people to join you. It's hard to enroll customers. You can have, and there's a big difference between having a whole bunch of friends and having people that are actually like at a place where they're willing to do business with you, or they're willing to, buy anything from you. So today we want to talk about how to grow that influence using social media so that you don't have to worry about, reaching out to people and always constantly being the person that's doing the reach outs through, Messenger or other sorts, but actually how you can actually engage, have people build enough influence over people to where they actually start reaching out to you, which makes the whole promoting piece, which we're going to be talking about tomorrow, so much easier.
Yes.
Okay.
So again, a lot of people when they first get started, obviously growing their business, one of the biggest things, we always got to stand like
real close
super
together.
still. One of the hardest things is when most people are getting started in their business, what they do is immediately they start to engage, right? Which is great. Engaging can be one of those things that you can do right away.
Yeah.
The problem is like Carrie said when we talked about earlier in our in yesterday's training is that chances are the audience that you're probably engaging with right away is probably not the right people. Okay. Yep. You might get some people that show some interest in your business and different things like that, but they're probably not the right thing. And so again, when we start engaging with those people, we're engaging, but a lot of the time we're not even taught how to engage effectively. Okay. Yep. Meaning that, what we're being taught is, the old school online stuff of before and after pictures or whatever that may be.
We're good.
Oh, okay.
We're fine.
What did you hit the thing for?
Because that was popping up. Just keep
going.
I
gotcha. I don't know. She's pushing buttons over here. But, a lot of people aren't taught how to engage effectively. And so for those of you that are watching this and it's live, what are some ways that you guys know that have worked for you? Okay. For some of you that have been doing this maybe for a little while, what are some ways that you guys like to engage with your audience? Okay. We want you to comment that down below. Let us know what are some of your ways that you're engaging with your audience right now that you find effective for you to where you're actually getting people into conversation. Okay. So drop that down below because we're really, really curious because we have some things that we're going to share with you that are highly effective. Some things that you absolutely need to be doing. Okay. If you're not doing these, I'm sorry, but you're putting yourself at a disadvantage against a lot of people that are doing these.
Yes,
okay?
And I love what Eric just said. He says, engaging from Denmark. I absolutely love that because doing Facebook Lives like this is actually one of the best ways that you can actually engage with your audience. It's something that we're doing here right now with you. And here's the cool thing. As you're watching this Facebook Live, without even knowing it subconsciously, you're saying, are these people that I like? And because of that, if we do the check mark and they're like, okay, yes, we like these people, you're going to get to know us. You're going to get to trust us as well. And that's what builds influence. So I absolutely love Facebook Lives. And I love that you said engaging because we're actually able to engage with you here on a Facebook Live. And if you are not doing Facebook Lives, you are literally shooting yourself in the foot. Okay, you need to make sure that you are doing Facebook Lives. And I love what was said also, telling stories. So, it's one thing to, share, get on and share like before and afters and certain things like that. They're not as effective as actually sharing your story and sharing the stories of others. There's a very influential social media guru that Whit and I like to follow, and he talks about how stories are the most important piece to anything on social media. When it comes to social media, when it comes to social media platforms, they care so much about user experience. And if all you're doing to engage with your audience is sharing before and after pictures or, doing the join my team or buy my product post, that is not effective engagement. Instead, flip it around, make stories out of it so that people get to know and like and trust you that way.
Yeah, consistent live videos. We're getting a ton of stuff. Polls and quizzes. Awesome. So polls and quizzes is something that actually can be very, very effective. Something that probably me and Carrie don't use enough, as much as we should, to get kind of an idea, especially for somebody that's brand new. Polls and quizzes are a great way to kind of understand who your audience is. What are they looking for? What are they currently struggling with, and doing different things like that. So I love that. Stories, if you think about how, we want to engage on social media, to really get the reach out there, to really, get a lot of people taking a look at our content. Stories is one of the best ways to do that. And this is something that Carrie does effectively. I do a lot better in video, telling stories versus writing, but having a good consistency in writing out your story. Actually, because here's the thing, here on social media, you're going to get a lot of different type of individuals, people that want to, engage with you or like to read things, and other people that like to consume video content. So we actually like to use both of these two things inside of our engagement strategy because they're highly, highly effective. Carrie's really good at walking people through a journey and writing it out. Kay really knows how to pull on the heartstrings. And then we both do video together because it's a great way for us, when we get people on video, it's really where we get to solidify and they get to see our personalities, our drive, our determination, our, kind of how we are.
Yep. And I love what Dave said here. He says stories tap into the emotional plane. So stories tap into emotions when you allow them to tap into other people's emotions. So, when it comes to social media, people are very superficial. Wouldn't you agree? If you agree, drop the hand raise emoji, where people they're not willing to get vulnerable with their audiences. Most people are not. And so something that we've gotten really good at, something that is actually taught here inside the attraction marketing community, is being real, like being a real human being. When stuff is great, share the stuff that's working, share the stuff that's great, but also be willing to share the side of you that most people aren't willing to share on social media. Because when you do that, it actually connects your heartstrings, right?
Yes.
Like it connects people emotionally to you.
It almost puts kind of a friendship that, like, you know, because a lot of people when they first see you, especially as somebody that's, you know, as a trainer, right? There's so many other gurus and trainers and you name it. And so everybody's kind of like on edge of, man, who do I trust? When you get in a live and you tell a story, it makes it immediately tears down that wall. And I want you to understand in video, and this is something that's really externally verifiable for me in a lot of instances when I've either been on a Zoom call with somebody. So another way that we engage with people is actually offering people to jump on Zooms with us.
Yes.
Something that is very, very externally verifiable for us is that there are so many people that have come back and told us that immediately when we got on the Zoom with you, I have this wall up. You're going to sell me something. You're going to try to get me to do something I didn't want to do. Yep. And all I did was ask questions, and a lot of questions to get to know them, where they're at, where their struggles were, and immediately you see these walls go down. And so live video can do that. Now, somebody earlier just said that I don't know what to do live videos about. Okay? Stories. The cool thing is you already have a story. Okay? And I had an amazing conversation with somebody over the weekend at a kind of a workshop that we were doing. And one of the biggest things was that I don't really have a story. I don't have a story like Whit and Carrie where you struggled very much. You know, I'm brand new.
I don't have a rags to riches story. Yes. How many of you feel that way? That you're like my life is boring. How many of you guys feel like your life is boring, or that you don't have, you know, really any value in your story to share? I would love to know.
Or maybe you don't feel like you don't have that credibility yet because you haven't seen a ton of success. Okay, just drop us a hand in the air down below or in the comments, so that way, you know, we can kind of get an idea where people are, because this is actually where we see a lot of people struggle with engagement is they're actually holding themselves back from sharing the story that they already have because they feel like, well, who's going to listen to me? I don't have credibility. I haven't had any success. Even, you know, building my business online, I still haven't had any success. And I want you to understand, people are not following you because they want to know that you've had success before. When me and Carrie started engaging with our audience over 3 years ago, coming on 4 years ago now, guys, we had zero credibility. We had been complete failures in the home-based business world, right? So what we did was we just shared where we were at. What did not work for us? That's literally what we shared on our Facebook Lives. What wasn't working for us, and that we had found some new, and we're going to be going this direction. So all we did was share our story in bringing people along kind of the crappy journey we were going. Okay?
Yeah, and I love what Penny says here. She says, I feel like I'm always appearing so nervous on lives, but I'm working on it.
That's okay.
That's the human element that we're talking about. That's the vulnerability. I can tell you right now that some of the most powerful live videos that I've ever watched has been, you know, when someone is going live for the first, second, maybe the fifth, sixth time, and they are scared to death, and they have their notes right in front of them, like we do. It's okay to have notes, but have their notes right in front of them, and they're stuttering over their words because they are so brave, and they're willing to do. When you're willing to do Facebook Lives, you are willing to do what 80% of social media is not willing to do. When you're willing to do live video.
So I'm going to challenge you guys, because I know there's going to be a ton of people that say, "Oh, I don't have a story to tell." Okay? And I would put $1,000 on this, okay? That I would sit down with you and I can identify your story and I could get you to tell me a story. Okay? I know I can get people to tell me a story and what their story is that's going to be valuable to other people. Okay? You all have a story here, and this is the engaging part. This is the human element piece. You would not believe on how many lives that I've went live on or whatever. Our 4-year-old comes running in, a lot of the times naked for some reason. I don't know. You know, just got done going to the bathroom. I got to step out and do this. Or he hands me poop. You name it. Like, it's happened before. But that, you know what? Those Facebook Lives have actually become one of the more powerful lives that we've ever done when we're sharing that. Okay?
Yep.
Okay. Awesome.
And so here's the thing. Oh, question. What's better to use, my personal page or fan page? Both, Joey. We use both, actually. And here's the thing. And we're going to actually be doing that. We have a Black Friday training that's coming up where we're going to actually get into the how. Like the how pieces of sharing your story. Because I know a lot of you are thinking, well, how am I supposed to share the same story over and over again? Here's the thing, you're not. When we talk about sharing stories, a lot of times, just like Whit shared a story about how he was at a workshop over the weekend. That was a story, and that story was a way for us to deliver content and for you guys to get value in seeing it from a different light. anytime you tell a story, it can be like, there are so many times where something will have just happened with our kids, or something will have just happened, you know, with working, or something didn't go right, and we immediately go live and we tell the story of what didn't work or what did work, and then we give the value and the content through the story. But this training that we're going to be doing for Black Friday, we're going to be going over exactly what to post, exactly how to post it, when to post it, and what pages are the best pages to use for each thing that you're doing.
So a lot of the questions that are being asked are really the how pieces, and we don't have time to, obviously, really on this live to really dive into the how piece. We're just kind of giving a bird's eye view of what all of this is going to look like, specifically on the training that we're going to be doing for Black Friday Social Media Enroller. Okay, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be jam-packed with a lot of these, so these little questions, I shouldn't say little questions, big questions that you guys have when it comes to you know, the how piece of this. This is what we're going to be diving into.
Yeah, and I just wanted to pop back in here because...
Hang on, say that one more time.
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Okay, we got you. Sorry.
Okay. No, that's okay.
We can hear you now.
I just wanted to pop back in here because holy cow, this has already been like super, super powerful. And I love all the interaction already of just the power of sharing a story, just the power of putting your life into, you know, allowing someone else to experience your life, right? It's so incredibly critical. And also, if you guys want to know more about actually how you can join the social media enroller training, which is going to be all about how to utilize this special influencer enrollment method, either if you're watching this video, you know, that's not on the Elite Marketing Pro fan page, go check out the link that's in the description, or you can go to elitemarketingpro.com/SME. Okay, the link will be up in the description, which we'll put it inside of the comments as well. But I wanted to make sure that you guys get your hands on that, because the cool thing about the pre-training of what Carrie and Whit are doing is yesterday they talked about what it means to grow an audience and how to do it effectively, right? The things to avoid, which I love that you guys were talking about. And then today is all about engaging, which I want to ask you guys a question in just a second because I'm super curious. And then tomorrow is going to be a really special day as well, because they're going to give you the third step, like the third critical step to this influencer enrollment method of how do you make this be something that's kind of a wheel that consistently goes around, that continues to keep expanding, because that's what creates momentum for you. How many of you are excited, by the way, about getting an ability to be able to be on this special brand new, Carrie and Whit have never shared this before. This is going to be a new training on Black Friday. How many of you are in? Like, you're like, I can't wait until you guys give us the ability to be able to hop in so let us know, comment in.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. So this has already been so amazing. I have a question for you guys. And you kind of touched about it at the beginning, but I want you guys to dig a little bit deeper about, like, so growing an audience is awesome, right? That's the first step. But like, what are the, if you could go back and review, like, kind of the main things you do to engage with people, and the importance about doing both, because I know they're going to tie into tomorrow's as well. And so what makes it critical to not just grow this audience, right? But then the importance of engaging, and then just going back through how you guys engage, or some tips on how you guys engage, like your hottest tips, so that people can really understand this connection. Because I think this is something I see so often, where people all of a sudden they're like, yeah, I'm growing, I've got a huge like base of people, yet they're frustrated on the inside because they're still not seeing the kind of results that they want to see in their business.
Yeah, absolutely. So I love that you brought this, and you kind of brought this grounded back, because this is like the most important thing that you need to understand, is that you can have the biggest audience, just like Kate said, you can have all of these people that you've connected with, but if there isn't a friendship there, or people aren't in a place where you have some type of influence over them, it's all for nothing. All right. And so here's the thing. We see this a lot, where we see people where they're growing these audiences, and then there's crickets. Like, they're never hearing from them. They're never seeing them. There's no relationship that's being built. And all they're doing is trying to get them to join their team or buy their products. And because of this, they're not seeing success. How well you engage is how big your paycheck is going to be at the end. Is how well you're able to build those relationships with people. So our biggest number one tool to take away is live video. If you are not doing video to engage with your audience, you here's the thing. When it comes to social media, 80% of people are not willing to do live videos. And yet 80% of the newsfeed is videos. So if you're not willing to do videos, all you're doing, you're sitting there trying to fight over 20% of the newsfeed that people are going to see. It's really, really hard to stand out. It's in a noisy newsfeed when you're not willing to actually put your face out there and your voice and be vulnerable and make the mistakes and share what's working and what's not working. Other ways that we love to engage, I love doing like posts where I love to write. If there's anybody who loves to write, let us know, in the chat. I'd love to know if you guys love to write. I personally love to write. And here it is, live video. And the 4-year-old walks in, right? Live video.
But what makes that important, Carrie? Because this is so huge. It's like everybody tries to avoid. Well, there's so many people who are looking for perfection when they engage, right? Yeah. And then everybody tries to avoid the real life so what makes just, Xandrix coming in and popping in, what's the power in that?
So here's the thing. When I first started, I used to try to put a movie on for my kids, keep them quiet, lock them in their room. Just kidding. I never locked them in their room. But, it was almost to that point where I was I'm going to duct tape these kids to the chair so I can get a Facebook Live done. The second I actually started allowing my kids in the room when I was doing my lives, my engagement skyrocketed. And I started to ask myself, and Whit started to ask himself, what is it that's so powerful about having those little moments? We decided it's real life. So people are all like, okay, if she can do it with her kids, I can do it. And the second thing is so many of my personal target market, those people, those perfect prospects that we talked about yesterday, are moms that want to be home with their children building their business. And it's dads that want to be home, the stay-at-home dad building their business. And so when they see when they see our kids run in, and sometimes it gets a little crazy, they want that, right? And here's the thing, where there's other people that have these perfect, proper, put together videos. Mine are crappy, sloppy, put together. I'm going to say things that are not perfect. I'm going to stutter. I'm going to go blank. That's what people love to see because they feel like they can do it. They feel like they can do what you do and they want it.
So powerful. And everybody is loving this. They're super pumped for your social media enroller training that's coming up on Black Friday. By the way, part of engaging is letting other people in on information that's been helpful for you. And so if you know somebody who can benefit from this specific training and also the Grow pre-training, have them join in on the conversation. Get them over here, tag your buddies, because here's the deal. Whoever has the ability to share this out with the world, I'm going to do a little surprise thing, if that's cool with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a little surprise bonus. Okay. How many of you guys would like that? So whoever creates the most compelling, shared post from here, I will be hopping on a one-on-one call with you. Okay, you got a chance to use my brain, because I just noticed, you know what, this is so critical and it's so important, because in order to do the third step that you're going to be talking about tomorrow effectively, this piece has to be critical. And so this is a way to engage with your people. And so if you go spread the love and you actually get this video out to more people, I'm going to go look and see who shares and actually wrote something that's authentic, that gives you an ability to be able to connect with your people and engage, just like Carrie and Whit are talking about. And I will make sure that I go and find somebody and post in the winner inside of this inside of this comment thread by tonight. Okay, because I want to see who's going to do the most effective way of engaging with your people. So
yes,
all right.
I love it.
Sweet. And just comment in if you end up doing that. And if you end up getting this video out to more people, all right? Comment in that you got it out there. And then I will make sure that I head on over and I check it out to see how you actually shared the love.
Love it. I love it. And here's the thing. So when Whit and I were first getting started in growing our business here in the attraction marketing community, Kate was one of my mentors. She was someone who taught me how to grow an audience and how to engage with that audience. And sometimes it was hopping on that one-on-one call. And it was just the littlest tweaks that she gave me, the littlest ideas that she, was able to bring to light in our business that helped us skyrocket our business down the road. So I would definitely be out to try and get that one-on-one call because it's going to be super powerful.
Awesome.
I can guarantee it.
Sweet. So Carrie, what else do you have for us today on this in the side of this beautiful pre-training that you guys have going on? What else do you have to share with us?
Yeah. So, other ways that we love to engage, I'll just quickly go over these other ways that we like to engage here. We absolutely love, doing posts. Like I said, writing. There was a few people that said that they love to write. There was a couple people that commented it and said, I hate it. If you can do one thing of anything, do video. Be willing to do video. But if you're not, but here's the thing, writing and sharing your story through words is just as powerful. Like, it is so powerful to be willing to do that. And inside of the social media enroller course that we're going to be doing on Black Friday, I'm actually giving you scripts, I guess you could use, to actually help you with that engagement piece. So you're going to want to make sure that as soon as that cart goes live, which I believe it is tomorrow.
It is. It's starting tomorrow.
You're going to want to make sure that you definitely get it right away, because that's a bonus. And I'm not sure if that's one of the bonuses that might be disappearing. It might just be that day one bonus. So you're going to want to make sure that you get it right when the cart goes live tomorrow.
Yes.
Yep.
Sweet. Well, Carrie, I know you and Whit are like, I'm just so excited with everything that you've already prepared. Guys, I've already gotten a sneak peek at what they're going to be doing, teaching and training on. And here's the thing. You can have the understanding of how everything works, but having the how of how everything works and how to put it into place, and having just that extra ability to be able to peek inside and get inside how somebody actually grows and builds their business is just, it's one of those things that's absolutely critical if you want to take it to the next level. So I know that you guys are going to totally love this training. And like we said, we're going to be sharing more information with you all on how we're also partnering with an organization called Heifer International. So when you invest in this special Black Friday training, a huge chunk of your investment is going to be going to go support Heifer International, which is really all about helping empower people to become self-sufficient in third world countries. Specifically, Nepal is where we're going to be focused in on as a company. Yes. So we'll have more information. We're actually going to be interviewing our representative from Heifer International very, very soon, as you'll see in the fan page. But this is just going to be so powerful. So if you want to make sure that you are in the know even before your opportunity to invest in social media enroller opens tomorrow, make sure you go to elitemarketingpro.com/SME to make sure you get the immediate notification of when we go live tomorrow, which is awesome.
Yes. And if you're watching this maybe through a watch party or somewhere else, there should be a link in the description of whoever shared this watch party where you're going to be able to get it there as well.
Yes. Awesome. Well, Carrie, you guys are just so amazing. And I love being able to hop in here and just hear your wisdom, hear the things that have worked for you, and just your ability to be able to engage with the people that are on here and just know how passionate you guys are about what you do. So do you have any final thoughts for today or a sneak peek about tomorrow's pre-training?
Yes. So here's the thing. So tomorrow, it's kind of like that last step, that last piece of the puzzle that we're going to be putting together. Because here's the thing, you've grown an audience, and this audience is supposed to be laser targeted, people that, want what you have to offer. Now we've built influence. We've built that know, like, and trust through engaging with the audience. Tomorrow, we're going to actually be talking about how to effectively promote, how to promote to that audience so that it's not a matter of if you have people join you, it's a matter of how many and how fast. All right. And that's what tomorrow is about. So you're not going to want to miss. Join in on the conversation, and here's the thing. If you know anyone that might benefit from it, you know what to do. Make sure you do it so that they can get a piece of this action as well.
Yes, absolutely. And here's the thing, how many of you want to grow a bigger business, right? Want to grow a better business, want to grow a more successful business? We all do. The problem is that most people start with promoting, right? They start with that third step. And so without the grow and engage, the promoting piece doesn't work effectively. However, without understanding how to promote effectively to the audience that you've grown and engaged with, then it becomes really, really difficult to grow that bigger, better business. So I am so pumped to hear what you guys have to share tomorrow. I know it's going to be absolutely awesome. And I want to know, for all of you that are watching live or on the replay, how many of you are going to be coming tomorrow, same time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to hear about what to do to actually effectively promote your business on social media. Sweet. Me. Yes. Oh, good. This is so awesome. I love it. Oh, well, Carrie, and Whit.
And Whit, 4-year-old guys, he had to go.
Oh my gosh. Well, love you guys so much and just appreciate everything you're doing. And I know that this social media enroller training is going to be absolutely life-changing for so many people. Yep. So
yes,
pumped.
we're so excited. We're excited for the impact that's going to be made, not just, in people's businesses, but the impact that's going to be made in the world because of, being a part and partnering with Heifer. It's an incredible way to change the note and to change the tune of Black Friday, where a lot of people are all about take what's mine, get. This is, okay, how can we give and how can we give back and how can we make an impact in the world?
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, guess what? We're going to be back here tomorrow for the special third piece of Carrie and Whit's pre-training. All right. So make sure that you hop on in. Make sure you let other people know so they can hop on live as well too. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. All right.
Yeah. See you all tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.